Evening guys, we're with Dave Steele, Simon Drake and Chris Drake. How are we doing guys? Good Dave. Looking forward to our session tonight.
Tonight I'm
the last session with Simon before he steps on stage in a week's time for us to film.
Yep, tonight I'm looking forward to this tonight. I've brought a stunt double in to keep it going tonight.
Simon, how's things been over the past couple of weeks since we last saw you?
Yeah, it's got a little bit tougher, mate, to be fair. Energy's low, training's been good. Probably changed quite a bit again since the last time you saw me, so, well, hopefully I have. Yeah, we're down a wee bit more. The last time we filmed, I think we were about 19.3, 19.4, I was 18.12 this morning, so another £6 down roughly from last time. We managed to keep a decent amount of fullness, but it is starting to evaporate a little bit now, but that was the plan obviously all along, to get as flat as we can before we start to put the carbs back in. So
at the moment in time, yeah, where the look Wednesday last, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was looking as I thought it would be, beginning to come nice and flat, and everything was looking pretty much in the place. And again, no cardio as yet.
What will Simon be going for over the next sort of week leading up to the show?
I would say hell, to be quite honest. He's got a little bit more training to do. And then we're going to keep having a look at him and decide then into next week when we're going to start introducing a bit of carbs into him, which he should feel a little better by then.
Tonight's going to be the last, what I'd say, proper training session, and then next week it'll be a case of I think doing some circuit work just to empty the body out completely, and then it's primed and ready to get refilled.
Are you fired up, would you say, to get on stage?
Yeah, mate, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. It's the last few days have dragged, to be honest with you, but we're nearly at the weekend, and once the weekend's out the way, I've only got a couple of days left in work, so then I can just sort of sit and relax and kind of really get the mind and the head in the game, and hopefully start to eat a bit of food again. I can only imagine it's very similar to what they do with sheep. They'll have to get the hedge cutters out, I think. I'm like Neolithic man, unfortunately, so that'll have to come off. A couple of sessions of exfoliating to get the skin nice and smooth, and then there'll be a layer of base tan going on, and then top coat and the varnish will go on the day. So
have you touched base with John Ramsey over the past couple of weeks at all?
No, just at the start of the month. I'm due in to see him next week, so I can't remember what day in honestly, but one of the days next week we're in, and that'll just be just a once over, make sure everything's loose, nothing's stiff, and I can hit all the poses properly. So yeah, the last session's with him next week, so and we're ready to go. The posing we've been doing bits and pieces of, haven't we? As we've gone along, we're going to focus a bit more into it next week. Got my music and the routine to my head. It's just a case of running through with Dave now, and probably just tweaking a couple of things to make sure it lands proper.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that he gets his compulsory poses spot on correct. Because them's a key factor. Within the routine, if he makes a bit of a mistake, nobody will know. It'll only be Simon, no. So we're never too bothered about that. It's those compulsories, we've got to get them right.
You're on a little bit earlier than you would have been normally.
Yeah, which is quite good for me, and honestly I'm quite looking forward to getting on early doors, because it's always a bit of a strange one for us Class 1 boys, because you kind of get up in the morning and you're kind of ready to go then, and it's very much a battle throughout the day to try and sort of keep the condition, isn't it? There's a danger that you spill over or you flatten out, or because there's such a long period of time before you get on stage. So actually having been able to go on mid-afternoon, it'll be interesting. I hope it'll make things a bit easier actually.
Chris, let's fire it up, pal.
Let's do it.
Just be friends. Down and out, I swear to
sequence we're going to do now. I learnt this, or I was learnt this probably about 25, 26 years ago, where we do a sequence of, we're doing 2 bicep work exercises, 1 tricep. We do 4 sets of that, keeps the pump going in the arm, so it motivates the whole of the arm. So when we get onto his next set, we swap it and we do 2 tricep, 1 bicep, so it fills the whole arm. I've never trained my arms separately, always trained them together, and it's always worked a treat. Now you can tell now he's slowing a bit with that now as well. If we've got to drop down, mate, we've got to drop down. It's no big deal. Come on, away we go with them. Come on, last few. That's it, mate. Come on, girl. Up they go, up they go. That's it, good man. Can you get the sequence of this now? Just your arms, you know, they don't know what's going on, so they just, you know, you just go through it and through it and through it. This is why no rest at all. This is why you need the lead man chasing your backside all the time. You know, as I say, 20 odd years I've trained mine like that.
13 minutes.
That's it. That's it. We might be a little bit slower tonight, but we'll not be far out. One more set. It's all on 4th round, yeah.
Both side.
We're at the 4th round and coins off.
What was 3?
About weight all at this stage. Weight is immaterial to him. Just got to make sure he does these reps this round, so he's burning up all the time. We've got to get that water out and everything. That's the idea. Come on. Keep them tight. Come on. Yes. Come on. Come on. Tight. Let's go. That's it. Okay. Last set of barbell curls. It's nothing to do with throwing the weight around. It's actually getting it up, squeezing it up, using that part of the arm all the time, and it does becomes uncomfortable, you know. But as you can see, it's purely working the arm. I don't want any shoulder work in this at all. Right, I'll set this up now.
Ooh, big straw. Big straw.
Next 3 exercises now. 2 tricep, 1 bicep.
Okay.
4 rounds.
Yeah.
Going good. How are they feeling now? They've got a bit of blood in them now. Yep. Straight now.
I quite like to do this in the off season actually.
Yeah.
Thing is, I've got no stamina at all now. Like strength seems fine, but 5 or 6 reps in, it's like someone's just switched the fuel supply off. Well, because there's none going in, is there? I am training on empty.
Just grab it. What we do with this, Simon, yeah. That's it. That's it. Down it goes. It just goes across to you. As you go in, move that arm right across and up to your lat. Take it up to your lat on that side. That's it. And as you'll be able to see now, you'll be able to see that's right on his bicep. Really gets into bicep that. And, cross or yeah, back. Cross. Across, yeah. What's that on, mate? Right, come on. That's it. That's it. I do like these to me is, you know, knees down, very good for as a concentration type curl. I do like these. As you can see, it just gets right into bicep.
If you don't see your kneecap out.
That's it. We don't need that tonight.
You see it's really isolating.
Oh shit!
Oh, it is. It really gets it down. Really does get it.
I know, Dave.
Run. Single arm. Tricep now, yeah. This next version of it now, so we've altered it now where we're doing 2 tricep, 1 bicep exercise. Okay. You know, and we're on same round with this, 4 sets of this. By the time it's done this, yeah, they'll have had enough.
More to come out of it.
Yeah, we're just saying we've
to come out.
yeah, still looks like we've got a bit of water still in there, yeah. And, you know, we've not cut his water or anything yet, but that will be coming.
Yeah.
A nice bit of a grind on these ones now. Right to the top. Come on, mate, nearly done. Nearly done, mate. Come on, keep pushing me towards me with this arm. That's it, that's it, that's it. That's the one.
Sit down.
Right, so we're on now. Simon is on his last round now. So last big push for him. He should do these. Yeah. So he's done all right. Done all right. No, he's done all right. But the thing is with that is he's been kept going.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Yeah, he's had to do it. Come on. Yes.
Come on, push.
That, my man, is the arms done.
As quick as that, eh, Dave?
Yep, he's done well. He's done well with that tonight. Takes it out of you a bit, doesn't it? But yeah, he's done all right. He's finished it. He's done it.
Yeah. How's that for you, Chris?
Awesome. Easy.
Easy? Have you seen Simon much doing his preparations?
Obviously only at the gym, so we both work hard. You know, he works a 9-to-5 job as well, so it can't be easy. But yeah, he's looking really well, and I think he's needed a good push from myself and Dave for the last few weeks, just getting through the last few training sessions. But
is he constantly messaging you or speaking to you, or is he...
we do keep in regular contact, yeah. But I keep my mouth shut and let the master do the talking.
Would that be you, Dave?
Sometimes it's best to keep mouth shut, isn't it? I don't know about master. Yeah, master something maybe.
Massive improvements. Like I said, you know, we've both said to him, and he agrees himself, he's currently probably in the best condition he's been, and he's still just a week out. So if he maintains it, he's got a really good shot this time, I think. He's struggled in the past with condition a few times, but obviously with Dave's assistance and a bit of persistence with his diet as well, and keeping the training heavy as well, he managed to maintain a bit of muscle, and he's in really good condition this time, I think. As you can see for yourself, well, you will do in a minute.
What we just witnessed there with Simon, we've upped his rep range on this. Obviously we're trying to get rid of the water and everything out of it now. Very little pump we'll get, you know, we get that, but the idea of this, or the sequence of this, is where you actually do 24 sets in a rotation of 3 exercises per 4 sets per 3 exercises, and then you swap them around. So you do, let's say for instance, you'll do 2 bicep, 1 tricep, you know, and then your next round is 2 tricep, 1 bicep, and believe me, it does separate the arms quite well.
So it's good benefit doing this at this point in the preparation?
Very much so, yeah.
Just to separate them into that.
That's it, very much so. It'll show it now. When we have a look now, his arms should look quite round now, if you will. I'm hoping we've got that right. He's done quite all right with his session. To say something like that was a bit new to him. It was good to have Chris with him on there, because when it's like that,
circuit a bit, didn't he?
it does. It just chases your tail a bit, you know, but the benefit of that is, you know, to be quite honest, as I said earlier on, I've trained like that. I was taught that about 25, 26 years ago, and I've never altered it, you know, and it's always done me proud. To be very honest with you, he's improved quite a bit on his back, which he always lacked on that. I would say one of his main features, he was always known for, when he dieted before, losing his legs, if that's the expression. This time, you know, his legs have kept a nice good shape, you know, and I would say they've improved quite well.
Well, let's have a look, Dave.
Yep, we're going to have a look. The arms now. Yeah, the back. Yeah, it's lines. That's it. It's just as I said, Simon. The arms now looking perfectly round, aren't they? Big in the tricep. Just a little bit of blood.
Bit of blood on them.
That's it. Super tight. And the arms now, they're looking nice and tight. Yeah, sure. quite a bit different now.
Yeah.
To what it was. Backside starting to come in now, as we said.
Glutes in a bit more.
Yeah, that's gone now. That arm's looking nice now, isn't it? Now it's got a bit in it now, isn't it? Yeah. Delts have come in. Yeah, there we go. Them delts have come in quite a bit now, and they're beginning to split up a bit. Chest is better. That's it. Flipping at you. Legs are much sharper than they were on Wednesday now, I would say. Each section is nice and tight. I see your chest is looking a lot better in a lat spread there now as well. Yeah. Them arms look tons better now, don't they?
Crazy.
Tons better. Just go to, when we go back round to front, just when you've got stood there like that, Sam, with your arm, just open your arms, just spin your arms for us like that. Now, as you spin them, move them up for us, let's. Yeah.
Should do that really, shouldn't I, for my quarters?
Yeah. A really nice shot for you would be something like that. Up.
Like the old Lee Priest or Serge Olivier.
Yeah. That's it. And just feed it to them. Let them have a good look. On this side, the bicep is splitting at the top there, so we're getting a bit of a tit on it. Yeah, can you see it there? Let's have a look at one from the back now. So we'll probably see the split at the back now of this bicep.
Oh, the back's come up a long way, yeah.
Delts now are actually sat on your arms now as well. That's it. Can you see the peak on his bicep now here?
Yeah.
Split in there. Yeah. At this stage we can't ask for much more.
No. We could ask for less hair.
Yeah, we could ask for that, yeah. Traps now. Really splitting them, they really have.
Yeah, it works out.
That's totally different than from Wednesday night. Is them. Totally.
It's like a pit bull.
Right. What do you do? What's ironing? Yeah. Definitely what's ironing. Yeah.
Be interesting when we put some carbs in, Dave.
Well, so what's the next stage? Obviously we've got the condition to where it is at the moment.
Yeah, to be quite honest, we've got the condition where we're at this moment in time. I personally will want to see him a little bit flatter than this, which it looks like we're going to be heading that way. Yeah. So come Tuesday, I'd want to see him as flat as he can be on Tuesday, which he will be by the looks. And then we start to trickle a bit of carb in, yeah, and then just watch it do its job.
Okay, well, just explain that process then. So you want to see him flat, for what reasons? You want to see what the conditions are like? Do you want to see what
we've got to try and do now, we've got to try and get the rest of this water out of him by the Tuesday. His glycogen storage, bare minimum, flat as, you know, so when he starts to put them carbs in. First of all, nice and steady away, and it'll just want what we wanted to do then. We wanted to fill up the muscle and keep that muscle really full, where the water's going into that, not under the skin, and them cuts will come deeper.
So it's about putting the water into the muscle rather than under the skin,
yes.
getting rid of the subcutaneous water.
That's it. And the only thing is, that's right, if we don't get that out, a lot of people, a lot of the lads will call it the way it spills over.
Yeah.
Where you're looking smooth, if you will, you know.
Sam, happy?
I think I might do classic physique.
Yeah.
I like wearing these little shorts.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Well, if we do classic from now on, we can get rid of all leg stuff.
I know.
We'll have a load of room.
I'd have to lose about another 5 stone.
You must be pleased with your outcomes and your results at the moment. Obviously, Dave's pleased with where you are.
Yeah, I think this is the stage where the mind starts to play a little bit of tricks on you.
Okay.
I looked at myself last night. I was talking to Chris, and I was like, I think I look fucking shit. Whereas you just sometimes need that voice of reason, you know, to tell you that actually you don't. Everything's kind of where it needs to be. I think as you get flatter as well, you start to look soft, don't you?
You start to look soft.
You look worse.
Everything starts to go. You think, oh, my cuts have gone. I'm looking rubbish. Everything's flat. I've got no delts. I've got no pecs. It's not. It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind.
You've only got that mirror and the scales to go off, haven't you? You know, the scales should give you some level of confidence as to where you're at.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said to you before, I don't know what we're going to try, what's going to finish up being, but we're going to be £10, £12, maybe even more.
I think we're going to be. Yeah, I think we're going to be, well, over the 19 stone mark, which puts you against some of the big hitters. You know, with that, if we get him like that, 19 and a quarter on stage, full as a house, cut to pieces. You know, well, if we get beat, the man will have to be bloody good, which is fair play to him if he is, but he'll have to be.
But on the actual day, backstage, obviously you'll be getting tanned and all those sorts of things. What do you need to do to turn the pumping up?
It's just that. It literally is that. It's just really. I'll just probably get some banded stuff, or I think Chris will be backstage. Dave maybe coming as well. It's literally just getting a pump, just really high rep stuff, push-ups, tricep push, you know, moves and stuff like that. Just get some blood in, yeah. Everything except for the legs, because believe it or not, the legs look worse when they're full, because you lose the cuts. So we'll do a very light leg workout Monday night, which gives them a whole week to recover, because once the legs get full of blood, they actually look worse, whereas everything else kind of looks better when it's full of blood. So we'll just do an upper body, very light circuit backstage, try and get as pumped as possible. All the carbs that are sat in the muscle or that haven't quite got to the muscle will get shuttled in, along with a load of water, a load of blood, and then hopefully
the job will be right.
The job will be done. I'll be ready to rock.
Food on the day, what would you be having?
Whatever the boss says.
What we'll do with that, food on the day. A lot of people, you know, they might have this, might have that. I'm going to keep it dead simple. Every 4 hours, he'll have his protein, which will be his turkey, and then he'll carb up in between the 4 hours, but nice and steady.
And no little treats in your bag for later on?
What, for after?
Yeah.
Whoa, that'd be telling, wouldn't it? In all honesty, mate, I think, I'll have a bit of something, but we're competing again a week later, so I won't be able to go crazy. We'll go over the top. So the danger is if you take a load of junk, you'll eat it. Once you start, it's like opening a can of worms. There's no way of stopping. So I'll have a bit of a treat meal after the show, maybe a bit of chocolate, a bit of ice cream, and then it'll be back on it the day after. So I won't be going crazy, mate. No.
So from that show, you've then potentially got another month of this, haven't you? Really?
Well, it's the England and JP PCA shows exactly a week later.
Yeah.
And then 3 weeks after that, all being well, touch wood,
It's the big one.
is the universe.
Yeah.
Assuming we qualify, of course. If we don't, then I'll be eating a fucking shitload of shit. No, I won't really. Honestly, I won't. I've done it before in the past. I think 48 hours I put 36 pound of weight back on. But feel dreadful, look dreadful, can't train, can't sleep, can't breathe. No, it's not good for you. So I've learned my lesson the hard way with that. I won't be doing that ever again. But yeah, I can honestly say tonight I feel all right. I feel good. I feel confident that I'm going to be the best I've been, and that's all I can do. Simple as that. At the end of the day, it's down to a panel of judges, isn't it? It's somebody's opinion.
That's right.
That's all it is. So
obviously Dave's been instrumental in getting into that position, but you're the guy that's got to lift the weights and get into the gym, and he's stuck to it, hasn't he, Dave?
He's stuck to it. I mean, I can help him along with his diet, I can help him along with certain things, but as far as his training and that goes, it's up to him. You know, he's been the man that's done that. You know, that's one thing I can't do for him, and as I said to him, when he's on stage, I can't help him any more than that. You know, but we've got to get him to that point where he's so confident, you know, that it's gonna come out. You know, he'll be ready, and that's what, as Simon said there, he's ready. Once he's ready, that's all we can do. You know, but I would like to add to it for a lot of people out there as well. Still no cardio on this man yet.
Happy about that?
yeah, absolutely, mate. Can't even tell you how much of a difference I think it's made, hasn't it, for me. And Dave said a few minutes earlier that for me every year the thing that I lose is my legs, and that is genuinely from the cardio, because I'm so heavy and it's constantly battering my legs. You know, maybe even 2-hour sessions a day. They just waste away, and that's one thing definitely this year that it's made a huge difference. And you know, the point Dave's made the point there, and he's proven that actually the nutrition is the most important bit. If you train hard enough and you get your diet on point, you shouldn't need to be busting your ass on the treadmill. But it is getting that balance right, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And you need enough muscle, and this isn't me blowing my own trumpet, you need enough muscle that your body will burn enough calories in order to get yourself in a deficit. If you're only weighing 10 stone and you're eating 1,500 calories a day, then I suppose it's probably a little bit of a different scenario, isn't it? But yeah, it's been a godsend, absolute godsend.
And just to see what the viewers, or inform the viewers, what's it been like to be able to see yourself over the past 10 weeks we've been following you almost? You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. I've got to say massive thanks to NABBA, because not everybody has this opportunity to get this, you know, things documented. You can get photographs and you get memories and stuff like that, but to actually see it live, and it's something I'll be able to refer back to now, you know, forever and a day. And it's great to have that, and it's great to show people as well. I think that, you know, plenty of people follow NABBA and follow bodybuilding that maybe not quite at the level that we're at, and it's nice to be able to do something where people get the same level of enjoyment from it that I do. So
thank you, Dave, for letting us come to your gym, letting us film you guys, and you know, it's been really interesting. I'm sure everybody who's watched it has enjoyed it.
Oh, they have.
Have you enjoyed it?
I have indeed, to be quite honest. You know, I've enjoyed taking a bit of a part. As I say, I've retired from competing now, but it's been good to take a little bit of a part in this. And a lot of the lads in the gym are always asking me, when is the next filming done? When is it done? When is it done? When's the show in it? You know, so we've got quite a bit of interest from here as well. So it's been good. I've enjoyed it.
Thanks very much for a fantastic episode.
Been a pleasure.
Well
cheers,
done.
guys.
Simon, best of luck next week, pal.
Thank you.
It has. It's been interesting because, as I said, the last time I competed was 2012. So it leaves a big hole in your flipping in yourself, if you understand what I mean.
A big hole in your life, I suppose.
Yeah, it absolutely is, because I was saying with Cheryl, and Cheryl retired as well, and it's one of those things that, you know, you don't know anything else. It leaves a big hole. Now to have done this.
Does it give you a little bit of a new lease of life?
It's a bit of interest, isn't it?
We're genuinely excited when I walk through that door,
it's been a bit exciting, like as I said tonight, it wasn't with that sort of thing. You don't have to go super heavy, but obviously you do when I've trained off season and on season like that on my arms. Always have done. It's
no, I like that, Dave. It's good. It's good to get a good nice pump in it.
Yeah. But as I say, to get Simon now, because I think was it 17 something he was at your last universe.
Yeah, 17 stone 4.
So to get him 2 stone heavier of muscle, it's a lot of meat on a plate. Is that? It really is.
Well, hopefully it'll be competitive this time, won't it? That's the plan.
Well, as I say, that we've always got that chance to be beaten. And I'm one of them where if you're beaten by somebody far better than yourself, well, you've got to shake the man's hand.
You call it fair and square, don't you?
You have, yeah. The amount of times I've had second places, to me, they're very, very good, but they're horrible places to be, because the two of you have a hand on the winning trophy, and then within a second or two, one of you's got to take the hand off. It's but that's how it is, isn't it? And that's why it's called competing, isn't it?
It's competition, isn't it?
It is, and hopefully this time Simon will have some people on there that he can compete with. That's the idea of this. Because you don't want to be going to a show all the time, filling the lineup. But I don't think in his case this time he'll actually be a competitive this time. He really will. Those pendulum curls, I quite like them. It really
I think it was an Arnold staple, that wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But it definitely gets the bicep, doesn't it?
Yes,
you can really feel it. So it is, it is good. It's. But as I said, everybody has different ways of training. And this is why all the packages are different, aren't they? That come to the stage. If everybody did exactly the same thing, they'd all be the same. You don't want to be up against a clone, do you? But I think you've done well this time, actually. And I wouldn't say, to be honest, you've starved. All right, the food's not the nicest. You get a bit tired of it. But you've been a long way off starving this time, I would have thought.
Well, I think the result is going to be I'm going to be a stone and a half heavier. But when you look at the inputs, I've probably eaten twice the amount and done no cardio. But the result is I'm probably going to be as good a condition as I've ever been, but significantly heavier. So it just shows that if you do try to do what they call the cookie cutter diet, which is the sort of the written things that everybody just says is what you need to do, is eat nothing, loads of cardio, that's supposedly the staple, it doesn't work for everybody. For me, it's actually to a detriment, isn't it?
Well, it's about your body composition.
It's about everybody's
about
different,
metabolism. It's about so many different factors. It's about finding what's right for you, isn't it, as an individual?
It's just got a complete full circle for you, that.
Massively.
To have done none. Last time he was getting ready for his university, he was on that treadmill here, his flipping hoodie on, his hood up, and he could see it just draining the bloody life out of him. And he kept saying to me, in the earlier stages, when do I start some cardio? When will I have to do this? When will I have to do that? And I said, well, we can play it by ear. We'll have a look at it each week. And I said, we've got a week out and he's done none yet. I'm not saying he won't have to do it for the universe. God forbid he gets there, which, I'm confident he will. So he might have to do a bit then. Maybe he won't, I don't know. Depends what I've got left in my bag of tricks, I don't know.
Bag of tricks. Big sack of tricks, you. Sack of tricks.
That scares me.
I've asked you this twice so far in the series. Has this been an easier prep than last time we got?
Has it been easier?
I know it's been different, but has it been easier?
I have to say yes, because my training hasn't suffered. I think from a mental perspective, I'm in a much better place. I know I'm probably not full of beans by any stretch, but I certainly don't feel like I'm on death's door. So yeah, I mean, we've changed very little.
Yeah.
So if that's the sort of definition of easy, I think yeah it is, because historically you would have done so many things and so many variables that you start to overcomplicate things and actually make things difficult that don't need to be difficult. And it genuinely hasn't been difficult for me anyway, because I've just followed a set of instructions. And I suppose if you put that down to anything in life, if you picked up some flat pack furniture with no instructions, you're going to make a mess of it. But if everything's laid out for you and you've got a step-by-step guide, and you'll do it dead easy. And that's pretty much probably the easiest way of explaining it. Dave has literally just given me every week, every time we've checked in, right, take this out, put this in, and that's what I've done.
Simple as that.
Well, final words is from me is well, I think I've done a damn good job. From that perspective. The rest from now is up to Simon. He's listened. I'll give him that. He's listened to nearly everything we've said and come across. He's done it. He might not have agreed with some of it, but he's done it. As I say, once again, I think I've done a damn good job.
Well done. Thanks very much.